Hello and welcome back to Manifold Mind. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories. The Queen asked, "Who is he?" The princess smiled and said, "My human husband, one." The capital of Elindra shimmered beneath twin suns, its crystalline towers casting rainbows across the sky bridges. It had been 3 years since Princess Aerith Valoran had left. 3 years since she declined every noble suitor. 3 years since whispers began. She has fallen for a human. The High Court considered it scandalous. The Queen considered it impossible. So when the royal gates opened and Aerith strode through them in travel-worn attire instead of ceremonial silk, every noble in the courtyard went silent. She wasn't alone. Beside her walked a human man, tall, broad-shouldered, calm, carrying their luggage. The Queen rose from her throne slowly. Her silver eyes sharpened like drawn blades. "Who?" she demanded, voice echoing across the courtyard. "Is he?" The nobles held their breath. Aerith turned toward the human. Her expression softened. Then she faced her mother again. A small, fearless smile curved her lips. "My human husband." The silence that followed could have shattered stone. 2. The human, his name was Daniel Reyes, former aerospace engineer from Earth. No noble blood, no psychic abilities, no celestial lineage. Just steady hands and unshakable loyalty. He bowed respectfully. "Your Majesty." The Queen's gaze pierced through him. "You dare stand in my court bound to my daughter?" Daniel didn't flinch. "Yes, Your Majesty." The court gasped again. Boldness bordered on suicidal in Elindran politics. The Queen descended the steps of her throne. She circled him once, assessing. "You understand the consequences of claiming royal blood?" "I didn't claim it," Daniel replied evenly. "She chose me." Aerith's fingers brushed his hand. The Queen noticed. "Everything." 3. The secret marriage. "You were wed without sanction," the Queen said coldly. "Yes," Aerith replied calmly. "Why?" Aerith held her mother's gaze. "Because I did not wish to marry for strategy, and instead you chose affection." "I chose partnership." Daniel remained silent, allowing the storm between mother and daughter to settle. The Queen turned sharply toward him. "What do you offer Elindra, human?" He met her eyes. Stability, perspective, and someone who will stand in front of her when it matters. A ripple passed through the court. The Queen studied him for a long moment. "You presume you are capable of protecting her," Daniel answered without hesitation. "I don't presume." 4. The test of court Elindran nobility did not accept outsiders easily. Whispers followed Daniel through the halls. Primitive, short-lived, temporary. But when a trade negotiation with the Orion Collective began, collapsing Daniel quietly requested the financial data logs. Within hours, he identified the discrepancy, a currency conversion manipulation hidden in the fine print. He presented it calmly to the Queen. "You're being cornered into a dependency clause," he explained. The royal advisors double-checked. He was correct. The Queen dismissed the Orion envoys the next morning with cold precision. That evening, she summoned him privately. "You saw what my entire council missed. I've negotiated with corporations more ruthless than empires," Daniel replied. Her gaze lingered. "You do not seek power." "No." "Why?" He didn't hesitate. "I already have what I want." 5. The threat. Not all challenges came from politics. A rival noble house attempted a quiet coup, believing the Queen's authority weakened by scandal. An assassination attempt targeted Aerith during a skybridge ceremony. Daniel saw the micro-glint of a sniper lens before Elindran guards reacted. He moved first, tackled her. The energy bolt grazed his side instead of her heart. Pain flared hot and sharp. He didn't release her. Security neutralized the attacker. The court dissolved into chaos. The queen arrived seconds later. She saw her daughter shaken and the human bleeding but upright. "You shielded her," the queen said slowly. "Yes," without hesitation. "Yes," she held his gaze. For the first time, there was no frost in her eyes. 6. The queen's realization in the royal infirmary. Daniel brushed off medical attention until Aerith was cleared. The queen observed quietly. Later that night, she approached him on the balcony overlooking Elindra's glowing skyline. "You love her," she said. "Yes, even knowing she will outlive you." He exhaled slowly. "Yes." The queen was silent. Elindrans lived nearly 3 centuries. Humans barely reached one. "You accept impermanence," she murmured. "I accept reality. And if given the choice to ascend, to extend your lifespan," he looked at the stars. "If it keeps me beside her without changing who I am, yes." The queen studied him long and hard. "You are not weak," she said finally. "No, your majesty." She turned toward the city lights. "My daughter has always defied tradition." A faint pause. "She appears to have chosen wisely." 7. The air months later, Aerith stood before her mother in the inner sanctum. "There is life within me," she said softly. The queen's composure broke for the first time. "A child?" "Yes." Hybrid offspring between Elindran and human had never occurred naturally. It was unheard of, unstudied, unpredictable. Daniel joined them moments later. He took Aerith's hand gently. The queen watched the quiet exchange. Not politics, not ambition, just devotion. "This child," the queen said slowly, "will unite worlds." Daniel smiled faintly. "Or at least confuse them." Aerith laughed softly. The queen almost did. 8. The birth Elindran births manifested in radiant energy surges, light cascading from mother to child. Aerith gripped Daniel's hand tightly. "You may complain," he whispered gently. "I am royalty," she managed through a contraction. "And you're doing incredible." When their son was born, the chamber filled with golden light. He had soft bronze skin like Daniel, silver hair like Aerith, and bright luminous eyes that shimmered between both worlds. The queen stepped forward slowly. She held her grandson with trembling reverence. "He carries both lines," she whispered. Daniel stood beside his wife. "Yes, he'll have twice the trouble." The queen looked at him, then inclined her head slightly. "Welcome to Elindra, my son." 9. 1 year later, Elindra thrived. Trade alliances strengthened between Earth and the Elindran crown. Cultural exchange programs expanded. Military tensions eased. And in the royal gardens, little Kalen toddled between glowing crystal fountains, giggling as his small hands emitted faint sparks of light. Daniel crouched nearby. "Careful, buddy." Aerith stood beside him, radiant and relaxed. The queen approached quietly. She watched the human lift his son high into the air. Laughter echoed across the gardens. "You once asked who he was," Aerith said gently. The queen nodded. "I did." "And now?" The queen's silver eyes softened as they rested on Daniel and the child. "He is the one who stands when others bow." Daniel glanced over. "You talking about me?" The queen met his gaze fully this time. Yes, Aerith slipped her hand into his. "My human husband," she repeated softly. The queen did not correct her. Instead, she stood beside them. A dynasty once bound by bloodline, alone, now strengthened by choice. A queen who doubted. A princess who defied. A human who simply loved fiercely. And a child growing between two worlds, proof that sometimes the boldest answer to who is he is simply family.